for. Thalaivaa. Nobody can stop him, nobody can trap him, he's always our Thalaivaa. Nobody can stop him, nobody can trap him, he's always our Thalaivaa. Tribute Raja is here, so nothing to fear, the whole world is waiting for Thalaivaa. Raja, 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 Thalaivaa. Raja, 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 Thalaivaa. Raja, 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 Thalaivaa. Raja, 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 Thalaivaa.
A review is not something we go and look for. It's something that comes to us.
I'm not sure what we can do at the moment. I think a Thalaivaa review is the only thing we can really do right now.
Every single review has a tipping point. People either love it or they're gonna hate it.
Whether I do this review, it's a do or it's a die.
The choice is yours. What are you gonna do?
I don't care what it takes, we will release this one on time.
Are you ready? Time to lead. So before I start this review, I first want to say I apologize to the people in Chennai because I know you're not getting to see Thalaivaa right away. Canada beat you once again. Don't want to say it happened twice now, but it did. In the meantime, guys, I was thinking about it. I wouldn't mind running for the presidential election. Obama, I'm coming for you. And it's all because of VJ's performance in this one, guys. Let's jump into this review. We've got three main characters in this one, guys. We've got VJ playing the main role as always. Telepathy fans, I know you're cheering for him right now. Then we've got Satyaraj, plays the father in this one. And then we've got Amalapal coming in with the love interest. We all love VJ for his dance moves, and in this one you're going to see some high impact dance moves in Australia. Some of these songs, guys, mixed in with VJ's performance was outstanding. Some of my favorite dance songs to date. Now let's talk a bit about his acting performance. How did he do? Was he good as a bad guy? Was he good as a good guy? And I'm going to say all around VJ did a pretty flawless performance. You're not going to see many weaknesses in his, I guess, thriller attributes when he's hitting it off with the bad guys. Also playing a bit of a love role because we know he's a bit of a ladies' man. But I really loved VJ in this one. And I don't want to say it again, guys, because you remember I may have said his last movie was the best movie of 2012. Well, for now, this is my favorite in 2013, so let's jump on to the next character. Satyaraj in this one, guys, what can I say about him? All I can really say is I loved his performance from start to finish. You're going to get a little bit of, not quite double acting, but you'll see what I mean. I'm not going to lead into it too much, but he does a very dynamic role playing both one character and maybe a bit of another. Fellas, we've got Amalapal playing the love interest of VJ, and I gotta say, VJ, I'm extremely jealous of you, buddy. Extremely jealous. I know she's got a whole rage of guy fans out there now, including yourself here in Canada. Give me a little shout out, Amalapal. You know you want it. But I thought she was great, guys. You're gonna love her. She's a great love interest to VJ. Very cute, much like VJ. We all know he's got that cute look here and there. Just ask my cinematographer. He's blushing right now. So both VJ and ALVJ, I'd like to give a little bit of a shout out to you and thank you for giving me the opportunity to be in Thalaivaa. I was supposed to be in Australia with you guys. I wish I could have been there, but due to scheduling issues, I couldn't, and you're not gonna see me on the big screen quite yet, guys. So I've been in this movie industry for about 1.5 years now, doing my reviews, as you know, and the one thing I've noticed strong across all the movies is the storyline. The storyline has been lacking since I started watching these movies. So coming into this movie, I really wanted to see something dynamic and something different that we haven't seen before. I think ALVJ has produced just that. I will say it dragged on quite a bit with about 3 hours and 15 minutes in length. I want to say to all the directors, all the story writers out there, try and keep it to a 2.5 hour maximum because the crowd does get just a little bit tedious at the end. The story will send you for a loop, guys. You're going to start in Australia, really get to know Vijay's dance crew and the lifestyle that he's living at the beginning of the movie. Then you're going to get a little bit of a shift, take it back to India, where we get to see some nitty-gritty, hardcore action scenes. And don't forget, the plot line might just shift a little on you. Get ready for it, guys. You're going to love this one. There really wasn't anything wrong with the acting, and the storyline was probably one of the better ones I've seen in the past year and a half, but the length of it's going to bring down the rating just a little bit. So what am I going to give you guys? I'm probably going to have to give you, let's go with an 8.5 out of 10. I love these multi-talented guys. ALVJ is bringing you the direction for this movie, and he probably had the time of his life working with the one and only Thalaivaa. I know if I had had the chance to act with him, I would have been ecstatic. This guy's got non-stop skill, and I think the direction really came through VJ's emotions. He was better and in more control of his emotions than we've ever seen him before. And that's just my opinion. I know there's a lot of VJ fans that could argue that, but I want to hear your opinion. So make sure you leave me a comment in the comment section below. But for the most part, guys, the direction was very well done. I thought that all characters had the right motions, had the right acting abilities for the roles that they were given. And, you know, hands off to you, Director VJ. Hands off to you. Mr. ALVJ, I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10 for your direction. So lately I've taken an interest to cinematography. Now what does that mean? When I go into a movie now, I pay attention to the camera angles, to the way they frame things, the situations that they put themselves in, and I did take that all into account when looking at Nirav Shah's cinematography for this movie. Now let me jump into a couple different situations. What I liked about his cinematography that differentiated him from the others was his choice of unique and creative ways of framing the picture. When VJ walks into a room, you would typically get an overview shot showing you the whole room and the other subject that he's talking to. Now what Nirav Shah did is he chose to choose the low angles, the high angles, and most importantly, the obscure angles that no one would normally think of. This means he's shooting through things like light bulbs, he's shooting through different elements and different textures that we haven't seen before, bringing this movie the flavor we wanted. Now I can't stop talking about cinematography without mentioning the lighting, because that really is the vital card to success. Any cinematographer knows without proper lighting, you're not going to get the proper shot. And I think that what his lighting did was it actually gave the characters more depth as an individual when they're doing specific movements or the way they're expressing themselves on their face. The light really captured that and enhanced the overall, I guess, visual experience for me. So you know what that means, Nirav Shah. That was all pretty positive, so you're probably going to get a high rating. What am I going to give you? I'm probably going to give you, let's give you a 9 out of 10 for this one, just because I love the creativity you put into your shots. Are you a music lover? Are you? Do you like GV Prakash? Do you? Because he's in this one, guys, and it's time to review the music. Let's do this right now. So we're going to start off the movie with a real intense dance routine, which is going to kick off the music, and it's going to sort of set the theme for what you can expect moving forward throughout the film. Now that song was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Mixed with VJ's dance moves, wish I could do that. I'm going to have to say, if Michael Jackson was alive and him and VJ met, I don't know, I might die and go to heaven. It might just happen. The best part about GV Prakash's music was the background score for me. Super awesome, high intensity, and mellow when it needed to be. You're also going to like a couple of the songs. I'm not going to say I was a pure fan of all of them throughout the movie, but the opening song, by far my favorite. I don't know if it was just VJ's performance mixed in with it. Very well could be. The music wasn't out of this world, guys. The music wasn't poor, so I'm going to have to give it a pretty fair rating, somewhere in the middle. I'm going to give you a 7 out of 10, GV. It's the time of the night, guys, where I want to rest my head on the pillow and say a job well done. So that means I got to give you the overall review for the movie. And guess what it is? 8.13 out of 10. Pretty solid. And remember, guys, this one is 125% Review Raja certified. Producers and directors, I have to take the time to tell you this message. Subtitles are an extremely important part of your industry, and I don't think you've realized it yet. I say this because there's been many movies released in the past year that I've watched that were tremendously bad in terms of the subtitles point of view. Now, I have a couple people that are extremely dedicated to subtitling, and tonight's performance in subtitling by Rakes was hands down the best I've seen in a long time. So make sure you take the time to let your subtitlers have proper tools and proper timing to get the job well done. Now ladies, if you want to look fly this summer in some brand new Indian saris, this video is brought to you by Urban Silks. Located at Shepherd and Morningside, you can get some of the best saris, authentic, all the way from India. You're gonna love it. Make sure you check it out. And check them out at Facebook, facebook.com/urbansilks.
The choice is yours. What are you gonna do? It's time to be a leader now. You have to be that guy. The masses are waiting. Go now.